All right, the button's been hit. In theory, we're
Oh,
live. Probably. Who knows?
howdy, howdy.
How you doing, Dan? On this fine episode, 82,
82. Welcome to
82
episode
episodes.
82. Um, I'm good. I'm really looking forward to tonight having a dram with you folks, or two or three. Um, been a little stressy, as I'm sure it is for absolutely everybody. So really looking forward to this. Um, how are you finding yourself this evening?
Pretty good. I do want to get back to playing the new Spider-Man game on PS5. So if we could just wrap this stream up real quick, so I could get
Listen,
back to the important business,
if
that would be
you
great.
I didn't even think
But
about that. So that's like a brand spanking new game, eh?
yes, it's pretty
Spider-Man.
fun. It's pretty
There was
fun.
a Spider-Man game for I think even PS3, which I'm still currently rocking. Um, and just I played it for like 5 minutes, just straight up swinging around as Spider-Man in a city without doing any missions or doing
Right.
anything at all. It's so fun.
It is.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so if you feel at any time that the urge overcomes you, um, and you want to dip out,
All right. Well,
well, I kind of knew that was going to happen.
no, I won't. I won't do that. Not yet. Not yet.
Hey, everybody at home, Greg, Kilco, Donald, Charles, and Ben, and Puffs and Drams. Good to see you guys. Ooh, okay, Puffs
Pulling
and Drams.
himself away from chess.
Yeah,
Fancy.
I just started playing chess with my 6-year-old son. Well, that's not true. We have played before a while ago, but now he's really spending time and looking at strategy and really trying to look multiple moves ahead, and it's really fun. It's a great game. That win or lose, it's always a fun time, and I think that losing a game of chess, you're always just upset with yourself. You know, it's not like a sore loser thing or anything like that, but like, and I don't care. I'm not a sore loser. Had a lot of video games I played with my buddies. Like used to play a FIFA soccer game with my buddy, and I won approximately 3 games out of 250. So, and I keep going. I don't care. I know you can't win every time. I don't get upset when you lose, but in chess, you just feel like you let yourself down.
Right.
Because you're always like, oh, I should have done this, and it was back. I knew the move that I made and it just, like, for me at least, I'm sure everyone's different, but it's the one thing that you like to. I like being the horse.
Sure. Sure. It's a good
Fair
time.
enough. Fair enough. It is my favorite piece, actually. That ability to jump is great, but maybe we will touch on something whiskey related, at least to get it rolling.
I
Um,
guess. I mean, if you really think we should.
yeah. So are we gonna have these folks try and guess what we're drinking here, or what's the plan?
Sure, why not? That seems like a adequately lazy premise for the
Yeah,
episode. I like it.
it's that's how we roll. Um, the production value here is crazy. The prep time that we
True.
have for episodes, normally it's several hours and meetings and everything. But
Sure.
this week we just showed up. So yeah, we're gonna have a couple drams, and then via questions or clues and whatnot, kind of a la Roy. You guys will guess what we're drinking. See,
I
if
like it.
anybody paid attention to the noise that was made when I opened this bottle, they will already have somewhat of some information.
Sure.
People are going back now to the beginning of the stream to.
That would be a level of dedication that I'm not sure our audience has, but you never know. Maybe some of them. They are some obsessive weirdos, so could happen. Myself included, of course.
Alrighty, so I've got a nice dram poured.
Me too.
That's a good right off the bat, a pretty good guess. But incorrect. This is not Bruichladdich at all.
This is very unlikely to be older than Father Time. I guess technically, I'm not sure. That's sort of a vague time frame. But
it's got some nice color on it. Am I allowed to guess what you're drinking?
Nice
am I?
Sure.
Ooh, so I right away. Well, see, I can't. Generally, you're drawn towards like a bourbon or an American rye or something because of that color, but there's also a lot of really rich colored Scotch, obviously. Is that a bourbon?
It is not a bourbon.
All right. I'm not gonna.
Is it older than Baby New Year? So is it older than like 11 months? Is that since the last New Year?
New Year's.
I'm gonna go with yes. Legally speaking, it seems very likely to be older than Baby New
Year. All right, I'm gonna drop a clue on this. This is not from North America.
This is not a Speyside.
No. Yeah. Greg, going right for a hardcore guess. This is not Springbank. This has a very nice, creamy, gentle nose. With a tiny bit of pepper. Just a touch. But it's very soft and creamy. And
how much of a clue? If you, it's a single malt. How about that?
Oh goodness, this is delicious. See, I just want to guess. It's so fun to guess. I just want to guess what other people are drinking. Oh yeah, so buttery and wondrous. That's a single malt. Is it?
It is not Irish.
That depends on who you're guessing for.
It's true. Oh, I see. Oh, Irish.
Because I guess it's not specified, but I will go ahead and say that this is Irish whiskey. So we've nailed it down to a region. And it's really good. It is definitely not a super common bottling. But if someone gets close enough, then I'll give it to them. It's really, really good. It is also the first, and this doesn't really apply for a clue. Yeah, see,
hyper specific guess. The Writer's Tears cognac cask. Oh,
it's because I like it so much.
Oh, dang.
Any chance I have to drink it, I kind of
very nice.
It is really, really good.
Very nice. Donald gets it.
Yeah, nice one, Donald. And that's why I was laughing earlier when you guessed something else, Bruichladdich, because it was Mr. Irish.
There you go. Point for Donald. Don't know what those points are going to be any good for, but
no, that's good points though. Yeah. Brad's got a single malt. Is it from Scotland?
It is not from Scotland.
Ooh, I think I know what it might be. Oh, no, I actually don't. Is it from Canada?
It is from Canada.
Oh, I think I might know what it is. I will wait until maybe some other Canucks come in.
The Dormouse Writers Tears is still solid. It's good.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All of their weird releases are better, I think, than the normal release, but even the normal release is pretty good.
Yeah, Writer's Tears is just plain good. You can't really go wrong. This cognac cask, I think, and I'm sure Donald will be able to back me up or let me know. I think it was an LCBO exclusive, this cognac cask. I'm not 100%. I've asked it before and can't remember.
It is from two brewers. That is narrowing it down quite a bit.
Oh, it was a Canuck that came through. Nice one, Peter. Oh, this is such a great, unique. It's a very unique Irish.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Their cask strength version is really damn good too.
Never. Oh wait, I think I have had that actually. I think you may have brought some down.
It's very possible. I do have some. So if you had some, it could have been me. I don't know.
Oh, if I had some, it definitely was you. I think you're the only person I know that's had a bottle of that. We're drinking Irish, and all of a sudden, an Irishman pops up.
Typical Terry.
What do you know?
It's not Donald, the maple finish that I had last week. No.
Oh,
that was tasty though.
You heard correctly. I was talking about you, Terry. Just to lure you into the chat, I knew you were lurking.
He is a unique Irish. That is true.
Donald, was the cognac cask LCBO exclusive? I really can't.
I don't know.
I think I may have read it somewhere online, but I could be wrong. I'm very scatterbrained these days, very much so.
We have a Dave K in the chat too.
Hey Dave, what's up? What's up, man? I'm going to see. I tried to throw people off, but
there you go.
Okay, yeah, it was LCBO. Alrighty then. Yeah, so yeah, won't be available anywhere else, but it's not an absolute mind-blowing, phenomenal, incredible whiskey. It's just unique. I do really enjoy it. And to my knowledge, it is the only cognac cask finish I think I've had. That I can remember, at least. That's for sure.
Oop. For $100, that's rough. That's like
Talisker.
Slightly more than double what I paid for the Storm when I got it.
And I personally like the 10 a bit more than the Storm. The Dark Storm I did enjoy more than the 10.
That was good.
But
I like the Storm a little more than the 10, but still for $100 is harsh.
It is harsh, but so again, in my opinion, and certainly Brad's, at the end of the day, you at least won't be stuck with a bad whiskey.
Very true.
It is really tasty, and it certainly has a lot of that Talisker character blatantly across it. It is a tasty dram for sure. But again, I can't really base it on much, but I can't say it's not worth 100. It's just so hard to say because I didn't mean to click on that. It's so hard to say because of where everyone is and stuff. And for us, like a good Scotch for $100 is almost a deal at the LCBO. Like we don't have too many There certainly are some spectacular ones, but we don't have too many under $100. So
Yeah, the 57 North is amazing. That is damn good stuff.
yeah,
It's also more expensive, but it is
yeah.
very, very good.
This the one thing I can say for Talisker more so than like any other distilleries for my palate is that Talisker character. Their different bottlings are very individual and different tasting, but there's still such a huge presence of that Talisker profile. I've had I have yet to have a Talisker that I would possibly guess as something else or say that, oh, that doesn't really, I would have thought something, where I've had even Bruichladdich, which I love and know fairly well. I've had lots that, tasted nothing like a Bruichladdich, and I've had other stuff that, didn't taste like it came from that distillery. Wasn't, abundantly clear that it was that profile. Everyone I've had, you can tell it's Talisker. It's a very unique maritime coastal dram.
Yeah, the only Talisker I've had, I think, that I wouldn't have recognized it as Talisker if I didn't know beforehand would be the independent bottling of the 5-year-old Talisker that looked like water. Yeah, that looked like water because it just tasted like salted banana bread. Like there was nothing, like that's what it was. So I would not have guessed Talisker. But all of their like actual Talisker labeled things definitely are consistent.
Yeah, I'll never forget you showing me that picture, and I'm looking at it going,
like I swear there were other people at the table that will tell you that it wasn't.
Yeah, Vito's like, look how clear this was. Look, and I'm like, yeah, show the new guy the glass of water and get him to, like, what is this? Like, it's water. But that was
it was bizarre.
Yeah,
it was tasty though.
See, that's amazing. I would
that would be good. I would be on board for that.
My God, that's an incredible price. Yeah, and disappeared pretty quick. But they are definitely coming out with some at the latest February, or in February is the plan, with a big release into actual stores. So big panic, and they sold out, and people are going nuts. But there is tons and tons and tons coming. So I wasn't freaking out over that, but we kind of knew this was going to happen, and we kind of been calling it with Dr. Don on those releases of putting we're getting to that level now where a lot of stuff that's aged for X amount of time, and he's had the time and the resources to do all of these fantastic things with whiskey. And he's doing it, and it's coming out, and it's fantastic. So 19 into my whiskey just still okay. So Talisker is no Laphroaig. See, I'm sure you've had like some Ardbeg. I believe you have, Ben, if I recall. Laphroaig's one of my favorites. Absolutely spectacular distillery, and Talisker again. Talisker is something you gotta get into if you do like peated or maritime, a little bit of brine. They've got their own unique. It's almost a funk, but not quite a funk. It's just a really nice smoky maritime whiskey. It's really, really good. If you can find
good, and I'm not biased at all. So.
Yeah.
They only have like 7 or 8 different Taliskers on the shelf.
Yeah, and yeah, a lot of us have had the pleasure of trying a whole bunch. Thanks to Brad, came down and did an actual tasting, a Talisker tasting. So that was really cool, and got to side by side a lot of them, and it was blind, so it was extra cool because you really had a true opinion that wasn't altered in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, Ben, get into some Talisker. 10 is a little pricey, for a 10-year-old, but it's really, really, really good. And it's very unique. So see if you can get some.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I have a feeling that there's a chance that I might feel the same way once I finally get some wee beastie, because I do like me some young spiky peat, which I expect it would be spikier than the 10, just due to age.
Yeah.
So I understand at least that direction. I don't know if I would feel the same way yet, but there's a solid chance.
Here you go, Ben. What more? What more do you
There you
need?
go.
And it's that olfactory link that is one of my favorite things about whiskey, and you can get some scents in there and brings you, to a place or time. But it's very, very coastal, and for me, Talisker 10's always linked with the Newfoundland coast, because I had quite a few drams physically on the coast with the ocean spraying up in my face, and will always bring me there. But great, get yourself some Talisker. Find maybe, I guess, yeah, it's not too convenient to go fucking to a bar, but yeah,
No,
uh,
not really.
it's good. Maybe it's Talisker 10 because it's always around, and all liquor stores everywhere, both private and government in Canada, have tons of them. It does go on sale, like once a year for sure. I always see Talisker 10. It's not a huge sale in our LCBOs. It's
No.
literally $3 or $4 off, but I know other places in the country. I think, Ben, you're in Alberta, if I remember, or BC. Sorry if I'm incorrect. But you guys have way better sales and obviously better options. So, long story short, get on some Talisker. I like Laphroaig more than Talisker. Laphroaig is a big, big thing for me. Having said that, I still think you should go into Talisker because it's a lot more unique. If you've had like some Lagavulin or some Ardbeg or like some Port Charlotte, you've had some really punchy Isle of Peat. The Laphroaig is certainly different. Every Isle distillery is different, but it's not as different as Talisker is. You're getting a really nice island whiskey, and jump all over it if you get the chance.
So while I'm switching whiskeys, that was the Two Brewers peated that I just finished.
Nice. How is that, man?
It's pretty tasty. It is very, very good. It's a slightly higher ABV than their other peated releases have been, I think. At least the other one that I have. And it's just really, really nice. No complaints at all about it.
Awesome.
Go for next.
Some people aren't into it. That is kind of odd because it's sort of what I would think, and from what I've seen, you would assume that it fits into Roy's wheelhouse of what he does enjoy. But yeah, it's Cooley sourced Irish. Oh, sorry, gotta pop this up.
For Cullen 14.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Ooh. There's so many great things with Irish whiskey.
What does this mean? What are you talking about, AJ?
You're a Two Brewers.
Like the old Married with Children bit. You're a TV. Don't call me a TV in my own home.
Okay, I'm moving on to my next dram.
Me too.
I can't give too many tasting notes on it because it will narrow it real down. Certainly. I inadvertently had 2 dry weeks out of the last 3.
Right.
The last time I had a dram of whiskey, actually, was I'm probably on like 12, it's 12 days, or it's the last stream I was on, which wasn't last week, but the week before that I had a dram. So
well, my last dram was the last stream last week. So
see, that's good information from somebody that you can trust, folks. And I knew that Bushmills does a lot of sourcing, and obviously because of the age and capacity, it's obviously fairly common. I'm sure they've got a ton of whiskey, but ooh, nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, Kensington Wine Market is definitely known for good picks. Good picks and good cask selection, if you will, which is a pick, right? But oh, how you feeling, buddy? I hope you're well, my man.
I mean, it seems like that some weeks because I just get distracted and don't drink on other nights. But not always the case. But this week happens to be the case. So it worked out for dry week again.
Oh, this smells so good. I haven't had this in a while. That's some color for you.
That is.
Does not want to focus.
Focusing on liquids is always an interesting thing.
I wonder how many hours I've had of trying to get things to focus.
Should make a supercut of all of the times that you're just trying to make something focus.
Holding things up to the camera and like trying to
how
hide
long
your
it would
face. Be. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm on to the next dram. Oh, excellent. Good news. Excellent. This one is to you, AJ. Cheers, buddy. Hey, live away. I live vicariously through others on a daily basis. Look at all this Irish talk going on here.
There is a lot of Irish talk tonight. I'm okay with it. Irish is yummy. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it certainly.
I'm sort of annoyed now. I don't have any Irish on my table. Oh well.
I've gone out of my regular kind of wheelhouse and to pick this. I haven't had.
I've gone further into mine, so if that's a hint.
I will give one clue. This is a cask strength whiskey.
This it definitely is not Canadian. Let's start with that. Did someone say Blue Spot? Haven't had a chance at any Blue Spot yet. Curious though.
If you do that, you better film it, Terry.
Don't think I can't find you, Terry. I know where you live. Border closures won't stop me.
I know once everybody realizes that you actually did buy a submarine and did buy a hovercraft and did buy a jet plane and did buy a helicopter, they're going to be awful sore when they're joking about drinking all that whiskey.
If I were to buy anything that would help me get around border closures, I would not admit to it on a public stream.
Yeah,
that would be silly.
Yeah, and you didn't. I just simply said, I don't even know what's going on.
That's fine.
We'll be going around door to door asking. Listen, Terry, he speaks with an Irish accent. we know you know where he is. You must
know Terry. You know,
he's got red hair,
sort of reddish hair, very Irish accent. You must know him.
Yes, but I mean, no, like nobody's really traveling. I mean,
it can be done.
It can be done. It's not crazy. We are allowed. There's no ultimate closure, but it's just
You're supposed to like quarantine, wherever you go and stuff, but it's complicated, but it's not technically impossible. It would just be
yeah.
really annoying. But if I'm chasing down Terry, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me.
We could probably summon all kinds of people using the power of the vault.
Yeah, that's another true point. He'll be hiding from you, something happens, and then wham, all of a sudden you're just standing right together in the vault. That's transcends time and space.
The whiskey spirits are interesting that way.
Yeah. Somebody guess what I'm drinking here. It's cask strength. It's over 60%.
Nice.
Mm. Mm. And you would never guess it. But at this point, it's been a long time since I had something with high ABV, and I was like, oh, wow, this is high ABV.
Right.
What? Okay, I quit. I'm never playing this stupid game again.
Nice. Good job, Greg. Point for
What
Greg.
the heck? I have a lot of cast strength stuff. And I know you can see the bottle behind me, but still, I didn't think that that bottle's sealed, as a matter of fact. Man, wow.
I'm drinking scotch. Let's narrow it down to that at least.
What have you got?
I've got scotch.
Is it peated?
It is peated, yes.
Let me see that color again there, Bradley. Ooh, that is a nice color for a peated scotch, my friend. Is it Laga 16?
It is not Laga 16. I don't remember if there's any sherry cask stuff going on in this.
Is it over 12 years old?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So that means it's non-age stated, and that means it's very likely a special Ardbeg release.
It is not Ardbeg. No.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh.
Okay, and there is some sherry cask influence in there too.
That is a good point, Donald. I kind of automatically assumed that it would be Islay. Is it an Islay, Brad?
It is not an Islay.
Oh shit! Okay. I think I have a good. I said that every time, and I'm nowhere near. But I think
got a good feeling about.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to guess because I think I can. I know the distillery. I think
It is not Benriach. No. Solid guess though. That stuff's tasty.
Yes, I love peated space ciders. It's been a nice time I've had with peated space ciders. That that was the distillery that I was going to guess as soon as you said it's not an Islay.
It is a Talisker. I don't know the age of the specific bottles or casks.
So it's either that, or that.
Yeah, that doesn't narrow it down too
It's
much.
4.
with
It's at least
Talisker,
I
but
got
yeah.
4, maybe 5. I could guess for sure.
Talisker, like Ardbeg, does a lot of non-age dated stuff. So
Yeah, and it's done surprisingly well, and I like that. It's every time a fantastic non-age stated whiskey comes out, it's more ammunition for us against the age snobs, of which there are still surprisingly a lot of.
it is not 57 North or Port Reed.
Oh, two very good guesses that would have been in my first two guesses.
Very, very solid. There with Port Reed being that it would have been port and not sherry.
I always forget that. Because I think of it being an actual
Dork Stork. It's not Dork Stork.
Yeah, it's. Is it Dork Stork?
It's not Dork Stork. No.
Oh, it is not Dork Stork, or as some
or
people
or
call
Dark
it,
Storm either.
Dark
No.
Storm. For those of you that
Want to
don't
get
know what
fancy
it's
about it. It's not the Game of Thrones one. No.
Oh, good guess though. Good
No,
guess
that-
though.
I don't know if
wouldn't-
that is sherry related or not offhand. I'm not sure.
It's also, is that one age stated?
Oh,
I know
it is. It's 9 years old, I think. If
I
I'm
know
not
some are age
mistaken.
stated, some aren't in that release.
Wait, is it? Or is that the Lagavulin one that's age dated and the Talisker one isn't? I can't.
Oh, that's not a bad guess either.
It is the distiller edition.
Oh,
There you go,
Peter. Peter got your last one too.
Good. Talisker Distillers Edition. I'm getting through it too. It doesn't have too much left.
Is that the more recent, like sometime this year?
No.
No.
It was bottled in 2016.
Oh, nice. Okay then.
And distilled in 06, so 10 years ish.
Oh, so many, AJ. There's so many 5, 4, 8-year-old scotches I've had that are absolutely out of this world. Like a ton. But that's just saying young. But even like you're saying, non-age stated, there's so many. Yeah, Oogie. Almost all of Ardbeg's releases are non-age stated and spectacular. Quarter cask is marvelous. And it's a thing that, like I said, it's good that there's a lot of just really good and old distilleries too. Like Talisker isn't an old distillery, or sorry, isn't a new distillery rather. So it's not so much tradition, if you will. But there are a lot of places that
that seems technically accurate. I don't know if that is 100% the case, just because of cask choices that they make specifically for the 10, but it seems to be 10 years old from the dates. It's not listed as a 10-year-old whiskey, but they do give you the distilling date and bottling date, which is 10 years apart.
Oh, that's
laws are
really
weird.
good. Stag Junior Batch 10 is really, really good. One of my favorites. I'm gonna open up.
I've had Stag Junior. That's good stuff.
I'm already moving on to a next dram.
I will be in a second here.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Okay. About Batch 10, it's it's great. Batch 10 is a gooder. I think that's 12 I have. It might possibly be 13. I gotta save some of this Batch 10 to do a bit of a side by side, which at some point in time will be a review, a pre-recorded video with editing by your
Crazy.
It will happen. Okay, so oh yeah.
It's not gonna focus. Oh, there you go. Nice.
It's fairly light. It's fairly light color. Yeah, AJ, it's super. I've had the batch 12 and it was really, really good. Every batch I've had has been good. There is kind of a sweet spot for me. 10 is the one I spent the most time with. I had, unfortunately, quite a lot of Stag Junior before my journey actually started. When I was drinking and enjoying, but I wasn't taking notes. I wasn't making notes. I wasn't at that level. I was just simply enjoying whiskey. So yeah, and there's a lot of bourbon that I spent a lot of time with, but not real quality time with before I started my journey, unfortunately. So 10's the first one in my journey that I started paying attention to and really breaking things down, and when my palate's been experienced. But yeah, anything from 10 and up that I've had so far has been stellar. Like most whiskeys, barrel proof and cask strength are pretty tasty. You know what? I'd love to do that on an episode. I think next episode, folks, we're actually going to have Brendan from Whiskey Quarterly Ontario on.
That'll be fun.
Week. Yeah,
like a professional whiskey channel of some
kind. Once a month or every, give or take, once every 2 months.
Once a year.
Once a year minimum, we have a real guest on. So next week we're gonna have Brendan on from Whiskey Quarterly Ontario. He is, I'd like to say, somebody that's standing up and fighting against the LCBO, but he does have to work with them because he's not going to be a bootlegging criminal. But he offers a neat service. I don't know if you touched on it with your two brewers last stream or not.
Not really. I vaguely mentioned that that's where I got it. But
yeah, that's where Brad got those two brewers, and you won't see them in the LCBO. And there's a reason for that. And we'll get into depth and detail about that next week.
Excellent. An excuse to drink more two brewers next week. That's
perfect
for me.
And on the I would like Terry to move over here, or we move over there, and he could run like a little whiskey bar underneath, like a whiskey basement, speakeasy, old school, and like a little restaurant up top. Because Terry is like kind of like my fantastic wife in that he really likes to put that extra love into cooking, and I know a lot of people do. Okay, so that is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, and we also call them the KGBCO or the KGBO.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But yeah, there are. I'll just run through this quick. Our province, Ontario, is government controlled for alcohol and for anything that's like 30% and up. If it's less than 30%, you can buy beer and you can buy wine in some grocery stores, in some convenience stores. But for whiskey and the rest of it, it's run by the LCBO, and we have no other options. If you want to bring anything into this country, you can, but it ends up costing approximately 4 times the amount of the bottle before you even get into your stuff, like your shipping and your jazz. The LCBO needs to make a ton of money from that. So, hey, I got a couple friends in the schwa, so you're right. I can vouch for that.
I do kind of like this idea, though. You have a Canadian whiskey bar, and then
Hey,
hidden
yeah,
in the basement is a secret Irish pub.
yeah, and
That would
the
be pretty cool.
basement. It's not a special physical ingredient that he puts in, folks.
We don't know that. We don't know that for sure. We can't prove that. I wouldn't go on record with that statement.
Oh God. Yeah. Pete, I agree.
Yeah, it's
Seem to
crazy.
both be pretty high. And strangely enough, too, because then you've got 3 bourbon or 4 bourbon underneath it. I think maybe 3 or 4 bourbons underneath it that go for thousands at retail in the States, and we're getting them for $100 or less.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Mind blowing. Yeah.
The whiskey friend.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Cheers. Oh yeah, so this wonderful super light colored dram is marvelous.
Here's my new one.
Okay. All right. Is it a space ice?
It's not a space ice.
Actually, the chances of you having a space hider is not huge.
Not huge.
It's not
impossible. But
yep, definitely possible.
It's not
but
huge. Yeah, 2 of the bourbons were $66. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the Weller Full Proof and the Weller CYPB.
Now that's Canadian, so like $50 American.
$50 American. They go for hundreds, sometimes thousands. Also, the E.H. Taylor 18-year marriage for $111, and Canadian. So
it's just weird. It's so lopsided and strange.
Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Oh, this is marvelous. This is marvelous. I'd love to get another bottle of this.
This is super, super meaty. Have that. Let that be a hint.
Meaty. So
very,
it's an Octomore or an Ardbeg.
It is an Octomore or an Ardbeg. Yes.
Oops. Yeah. So I can't give you, again, based on what I've seen, that's a little much. I think it was selling on the East Coast for a lot less. Having said that, I haven't had it, so I can't really tell you if it's a decent price or not. It might well be worth $200, but it seems a little steep based on what it was selling for on the East Coast. But considering Ardbeg at the LCBO that isn't 10 is kind of a rarity anyways. Yeah, actually, here's the funny thing. That's only $11 more than Corey. The Corey Brecken.
Yeah.
So for the LCBO, I'd say that's a great price because Oogie and Corey are $200 or slightly under.
Yeah.
But
so strange.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
so 200 is a little steep.
Yeah.
And the 19, wow, it was only 275. Yeah, so definitely a little more expensive, but what do we expect from the LCBO? I was going to say, hey, at least it's available, but that also isn't true because it's the lotto, and you have to have orgies up your ass to even win the opportunity to spend your money. The good old LCBO. What's your deal, Kat? Hey, what's your deal, pal? He's
got a live audience today.
Yeah, he's a little wacky right now.
I think everyone is a little wacky right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what he needs. I'll be right back, folks.
Now I just stare at the camera quietly. Just putting it for the black. Yeah. Being starved for whiskey is no good. Well, one benefit of having just way too much whiskey at home is I've been able to just sit at home and not worry about not having a whiskey selection for a while. We are always part of the void, or the void is part of us. I know it's complicated, but yeah, the void was a little busy today, unfortunately. Apparently, couldn't spare the extra bit of consciousness to manifest himself. But maybe next week. Wait. Ugadal is 50 pounds. I hate you, Terry. Damn it, Terry. Whatever happened to Vito, he died. It was a real shame. Perished. Too much self-torture. He drank too much White Walker in a day and died. It was his own fault. He might be back at some point, occasionally, though. Apparently he's been busy with like actually real life things. I don't know what that would mean. But he became an eagle. That did happen. He did, at least temporarily, become an eagle. So maybe that stuck. I don't know. Oh, that annoys me so much. I mean, I'm happy for the people there. But it's crazy here. $200. Oy. This meaty goodness is almost gone. Oh, he's back.
I'm back. See, I leave and we get more viewers. What am I even doing here?
I don't know what any of us are doing here. We could just put up the oh no, we have technical difficulties. It's a real shame. And just go about our business.
It
is not No Name. No.
Is it Octomore 9.1?
It is not. It's not cheesy enough for that. He jumped the shark years ago.
Oh, that was awesome.
Episode 3, we jumped the shark. There is that. Real shitty Canadian whiskey.
Vito's got a lot of stuff going on. Wasn't really having all of the time and feeling into the show, so he had to do his thing. He's doing good though. We still talk to him all the time. And
I think his priorities of literally having anything else to do are proper. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, he got a fancy new job, fancy new place, and ducks all in a row and doing that. But he is doing good. Vito is doing good.
It does not smell of barnyard. As mentioned, it is an Octomore or Ardbeg.
Is it?
No.
Is it?
You have weird eyeballs.
Is it an Octomore?
Why do they call you Dwyer?
Who has weird eyeballs? That's what I want to know.
He's zany right now. He's just in a wacky mood. Why do they call you Dwyer and not D?
I mean, important questions. It's not an Octomore. It is Ardbeg. It is something Ardbeg. I don't know if the color will be that much help since a fair amount of Ardbegs look pretty similar in color, but
So it is an Ardbeg.
it is an Ardbeg.
Is it Grooves?
No.
I'm going with one that I don't commonly see you drinking at all.
It's not
Is
Oogie
it-
or Dark Cove or Corey or Drum.
Is it Alligator?
It is not Alligator.
Is it
Or Verdes, however you pronounce it.
Is it Kelpie?
No, I wish. I wish I had some Kelpie left. That was great.
Is it age stated?
It is not.
Is it black?
No. I haven't had black. Black.
Is it
It is not Perpetuum or Renaissance. No.
and it looks
Or
a
Super
little
Bowl.
dark for Drum.
It's not Drum.
Oh, is it Renaissance?
It is not Renaissance. I have so little Renaissance left. I have to savor it.
Is it the Bog? Do you have a bottle of Ardbog?
No, I don't. It's not Sea Beastie or Wee Beastie.
That
I haven't had Wee Beastie yet.
we're just guessing Ardbeg releases now.
There's not that many left.
Is it did I say roller coaster?
I don't think you did, but it's not roller. I don't have any roller coaster or Kildanton Cross. Although that was really damn good too. I managed to get a tiny sip of that. That sip
Yeah, that
from
was
you,
the
wasn't it?
greatest thing that I ever did.
Yeah, that was great. Good stuff. We each only got a teensy little bit because there wasn't very much, but it was great.
It was, yeah, it sucks too because it leaked when it was shipped to me. I was like, no.
Worst.
But I got that for participating in a draw, for simply entering a draw. I got that. So I was like, "Whoop."
Nice, yeah. It's not almost there or the 10.
Someone's going to have to,
There's not very many left.
I can't think offhand. Someone's going to have to Google a list and start running down it.
Well, we're going to run out of time in a minute here because we don't want to step on Ed's.
I'll give people a clue of mine. Mine is definitely Isla. It's definitely peated.
It's not Galileo. It's not 21. It's not age stated. So yours is a peated Isla.
Peated Isla. It's really, really good. It's 46%, and I wouldn't have guessed it. I would have thought it was a little more because it is very rich and full flavored. And while 46 isn't anything to laugh at, just would have expected it to be a little more because of, again, the richness and the body, and it's so full flavored. It's absolutely spectacular. There's
No, was that that's the 25, right? I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, no, it's not. That
we got
one.
40 seconds here before we throw it over to Rockgut, and we can't guess what Ardbeg he's got. Come on, folks.
I think it might be the only standard release that hasn't been said yet, or that I haven't seen yet.
Oh, Corey Vrecken?
No. There we
I
go.
know.
AJ has it. Hello.
I think someone's. Oh no, that was the previous whiskey that someone guessed. I know.
Yeah. That's why I picked it.
Nobody would probably guess mine because it's Blackadder.
Mm,
It's Blackadder Pete Reek.
very nice.
I picked it
Very
for
nice.
that reason because it would kind of throw people off. But
Yeah, people thought my first one was Talisker, so I had my second one be Talisker, and then they thought that one was an O, so I poured that just because I'm an ass.
well, we've been on for an hour. It is now time for Rock Out Review. So thanks everybody for coming out and hanging out and having a dram and a chat. Really appreciate it. It's been a great time for me. This is my hour of true escape on the week, and I truly thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, it's been good. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you next week with an actual professional guest.
We got Brandon from
Really-
Whiskey Quarterly
really
Ontario next week.
It's gonna be great. See you guys
Sláinte.
later.